Hey, what's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel, where we break down all the latest and greatest news surrounding our beloved Dallas Cowboys. Today we've got a huge episode packed with speculation, analysis, and insider talk. It's that time of year, folks. The NFL draft is on the horizon, and the Cowboys are making some big moves. We're talking about potential 1st round picks, big decisions, and how the Cowboys are keeping their options wide open. And yes, we're diving into the hot topic of the day, TreVeyon Henderson, the dynamic running back from Ohio State, and whether he's in the running to become the Dallas Cowboys' 1st round pick. But that's not all. We'll also talk about other possible draft strategies, trade rumors, and what the future holds for America's team. Stick with me, because you won't want to miss this. So, let's start with the talk of the town, TreVeyon Henderson. The Ohio State running back has been turning heads all season long, and it's no surprise that NFL scouts are buzzing. This guy is an absolute stud. We're talking about speed, agility, vision, and the ability to break tackles. He's got all the tools to be a top-tier running back in the league, and let's be real, Dallas could use a game-changer in that backfield. Henderson finished this past season with over 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns. His vision behind the line of scrimmage is next level, and he's got that ability to turn the smallest creases into big gains. But here's the real kicker: his speed. The guy is lightning fast. He runs a sub-4.4 40-yard dash, which makes him a threat on every single play. Now, here's why the Cowboys are keeping their options open with Henderson. Let's be honest, Tony Pollard had an impressive year, but the Cowboys are still trying to find that perfect balance in the backfield. Pollard is dynamic, but he's not necessarily that downhill, between the tackles kind of back. And that's where Henderson could come in. Imagine this: Pollard working the edges, stretching defenses out, and then you bring in Henderson to smash through the middle and pick up those hard yards. That could be a lethal combination for this offense. And let's not forget the Cowboys love having a balanced attack, and Henderson could be that final piece. Take a look at this play right here. Henderson shows off his vision and his ability to make defenders miss, while maintaining top speed. His cuts are so sharp, it's almost like he's running through a maze. Now, imagine him behind Dallas' offensive line. That's a lot of room to work with. Now, here's the thing. Running backs have a shorter shelf life in the NFL, so it's rare for them to go in the first round unless they're truly special. But the way Henderson's been performing, there's definitely a chance he could be taken at the tail end of the first round. Could he be the guy the Cowboys pull the trigger on? It's certainly possible. Alright, so let's take a step back and think big picture. Yes, Henderson is a potential game changer. But does Dallas really need a running back at 1st round? Let's take a quick look at what the Cowboys already have in their backfield. Pollard, of course, is the guy moving forward, and while I love his explosiveness, there are still some questions. He's coming off that serious ankle injury, and the Cowboys need depth behind him. Malik Davis has shown flashes, and Rico Dowdle has been solid. But are they really the answer if Pollard gets hurt again, or if the team needs more power between the tackles? That's where a guy like Henderson could be a perfect fit. However, the Cowboys have a ton of other needs. Don't forget that we still need help in the secondary, at wide receiver, and on the defensive line. The question is, can they afford to use that first-round pick on a running back when they've got so many other holes to fill? That's the dilemma the front office is facing right now. Okay, so if the Cowboys don't go for Henderson, who else might be in play for that first-round pick? Well, there are plenty of options that could help this team right now. Let's look at a few names. First up, let's talk about wide receivers. The Cowboys could definitely use another weapon opposite CeeDee Lamb. A guy like Jackson Smith-Njigba out of Ohio State is a legit option. He's smooth, he's quick, and he has great hands. Pairing him with Lamb and Michael Gallup could give Dak Prescott one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. And don't sleep on the defensive side either. The Cowboys are known for their defense, and a guy like Brian Bresee, the defensive tackle from Clemson, could be a huge addition. With the Cowboys' current depth on the defensive line, adding a freak athlete like Bresee could push this defense over the top. And with the uncertainty surrounding Trevon Diggs' contract situation, don't be surprised if the Cowboys look at a cornerback in the first round. A name to keep an eye on is Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. He's tall, he's fast, and he has the ability to shut down top-tier receivers. But here's where things get really interesting, Cowboys fans. We've been hearing some trade rumors floating around. The Cowboys might not even sit at 26 and could be looking to move up in the draft. There are a few teams picking ahead of Dallas that might be looking to trade down, and the Cowboys have the ammo to make a move. If Dallas feels like they need to get a guy, whether it's Henderson, Smith-Njigba, or Bresee, they could make a bold move. Moving up could give them access to a player they absolutely can't pass on, and it could also give them more flexibility in free agency to address other areas of need. So what's next for the Cowboys? Well, we've got a long offseason ahead, and that means more meetings, more evaluations, and more decisions. It's clear that Dallas is keeping all their options open. They've got a solid foundation, but they're not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're looking to make moves, and the draft is a critical time for them to add pieces that can help them get over the hump. The Cowboys know they've got a strong team, but with a few key additions, they can be even better. Whether it's adding a running back like Henderson or fortifying their defense, expect them to be aggressive. Alright, that wraps up today's video, guys. We've talked all about TreVeyon Henderson, other potential 1st round picks, and trade rumors that could shake up the Cowboys' future. I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think the Cowboys should go all in on a running back like Henderson, or should they focus on other areas? What's your ideal pick at 26? Let me know. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Cowboys content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, Cowboys Nation.